Why do the rich often look poor? Ever pondered about this intriguing question? It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? We often associate wealth with flashy cars, designer clothes, and luxurious mansions. But surprisingly, the reality can be quite different. First, let's define what we mean by spendthrift. A spendthrift is someone who spends money in an extravagant, often irresponsible manner. They love to indulge in luxury, make impulsive purchases. Some wealthy persons do fit the spendthrift profile. They enjoy their riches through lavish spending on luxury items, high-end services, and extravagant experiences. For these rich people, money is a means to enjoy the finest things in life, often making their affluence visible to others. If you are poor and spendthrift, you better watch this video until the end because you really need it. But not all rich people are spendthrifts. In fact, many wealthy individuals live quite modestly. These frugal rich people prioritize saving, investing, and living below their means. They focus on growing their wealth sustainably and often avoid flaunting their financial status. But why do those rich people prefer to look poor? What is their mindset about wealth? So are you ready to dive into this mind-boggling contradiction? Stay tuned as we unravel the top 10 reasons why the rich often look poor. Kicking off our countdown at number 10, rich people prioritize experiences over materialistic possessions. It's a simple yet profound concept that many of the wealthy ardently adhere to. They understand that the real wealth isn't in the shiny new car or the latest designer wear, but in the richness of experiences and the memories they create. You see, possessions, no matter how luxurious or expensive, eventually lose their charm. They depreciate, become outdated, and can even become burdens. But experiences, they appreciate over time. A sunset watched from a mountaintop, a meal shared with loved ones, or a book that changes your perspective. These are priceless. They enrich our lives, broaden our minds, and deepen our understanding of the world. So the next time you see someone not flaunting luxury, they might be richer than you think. At number 9, we have the understanding of the value of money. You see, the rich understand that money is a tool, not a status symbol. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. They don't see money as something to be flaunted, but as a resource to be used wisely. Instead of buying the latest designer fashion to make a statement, they'd rather invest in assets that appreciate over time. They'd prefer to put their money into a promising startup, a profitable business, or a valuable piece of real estate. They're more interested in the return on investment than the immediate gratification of a luxury purchase. They see every dollar as a seed that, if planted and nurtured, can grow into a money tree. But if they squander it on appearances, it's like throwing seeds into the wind. They're gone forever, with nothing to show for it. Remember, the rich didn't get rich by spending recklessly. Number 8, the rich understand investments. It's not about the shiny new car or the latest fashion trend. For those with wealth, it's about the power of compound interest, the value of diversification, and the potential of growth over time. They see money not as a tool for immediate gratification, but as a seed that, when planted wisely, can grow into a sturdy tree of prosperity. They invest in assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses, things that appreciate in value and provide a return. They know that every dollar spent today could have been a dollar invested for the future. They're not interested in the temporary illusion of wealth, but in the enduring reality of financial stability. The rich understand that the real power of money lies in its ability to grow. And that's why they often seem to be living a modest lifestyle. They're playing the long game, and they're playing it wisely. At number 7, we have privacy. You see, the wealthy often prefer to keep a low profile. It's not about being secretive or shy, rather it's about maintaining their personal space and protecting their peace. The rich understand that fame and publicity can often lead to unwanted attention and intrusion. They realize that every bit of their public life can be scrutinized, criticized, and sometimes even exploited. So they consciously choose privacy over public display. This doesn't mean they hide their success, but they don't necessarily flaunt it either. They choose to express their wealth in more subtle ways, often in ways that aren't immediately visible to the public eye. They understand that a quieter lifestyle can offer more peace of mind, more freedom, and yes, more privacy. After all, they've worked hard for their wealth, and they have every right to enjoy it as they see fit. In summary, many wealthy people prefer not to show off to avoid attracting unwanted people, negativity, jealousy, or thieves. They protect themselves and their families from threats by dressing and living modestly. For the wealthy, privacy is a luxury they can afford. Number 6 on our list is financial freedom. This concept is often misunderstood. It's not about flaunting wealth or the number of zeros in your bank account. It's about the ability to live life on your own terms without the constant worry of making ends meet. The wealthy understand this. Their goal isn't to show off with flashy cars or designer clothes. Instead, they focus their energies on building income streams that work for them, even while they sleep. This kind of freedom allows them to pursue passions, spend quality time with loved ones, and contribute to causes they believe in. They know that true wealth is not in material possessions, but in the freedom to do what they love, when they want, without financial constraints. This mindset is what sets them apart. It's not about looking rich, it's about being rich in life experiences, opportunities, and time. Financial freedom, not flashy possessions, is the ultimate status symbol for the rich. Halfway through our list, at number 5, we have the need to prove nothing. The wealthy live with a quiet confidence, a sense of self-assuredness that doesn't require validation from the latest luxury car or designer label. They've understood a fundamental truth. True wealth isn't about outward displays, but inward abundance. The rich know their bank balance. They don't need to flaunt it. They've got a firm grip on their financial reality, which means they don't feel compelled to spend on hollow status symbols. They enjoy what their money can do for them, for their loved ones, and for causes they care about, rather than using it as a tool to impress others. This also means they can make smarter, less emotionally driven financial decisions. They don't buy into the hype or get swayed by trends. They're not playing a game of comparison because they're too busy playing the long game. The rich understand that they have nothing to prove to anyone. Number 4 on our countdown is the understanding of wealth. The affluent perceive wealth in a vastly different light than most. It's not always about the flashy cars, designer clothes, or the grand mansions. They realize that true wealth is not always visible to the naked eye. It's not about the material possessions, but the assets that generate income, like investments, businesses, and real estate. This understanding of wealth allows them to focus on growing their wealth rather than spending it on outward displays of riches. They understand that wealth is the freedom to do what they want, when they want, and with whom they want. It's about having control over their time and living life on their own terms. It's about the peace of mind that comes from financial security. This is a stark contrast to the common misconception that wealth is all about ostentatious displays of opulence. For the rich, wealth is more than just looking rich. Top 3, and at number 3 we have long-term thinking. The wealthy are often chess players in the game of life, always thinking several moves ahead. Their focus isn't on the immediate gain, but rather on the long-term benefits. It's not about appearing wealthy now, it's about being wealthy in the future. They're more likely to invest in assets that appreciate over time, such as real estate, stocks and businesses, rather than spending on depreciating items like flashy cars or the latest fashion trends. It's about growth and sustainability, not instant gratification. There's a saying that goes, if you buy things you don't need, soon you'll have to sell things you need. The wealthy understand this principle well. They know that every dollar spent today is a dollar that could have been invested for tomorrow. So remember, the rich aren't just playing for today. They're planning for tomorrow, next year, and the decades to come. The rich play the long game. Runner-up on our list, at number 2, is frugality. Now, this might come as a surprise to some, but many wealthy people are astonishingly frugal. They don't spend money unnecessarily. They understand that every dollar saved is a dollar that can be invested to generate even more wealth. This mindset extends to all facets of their lives, from driving modest cars to living in comfortable but not overly luxurious homes. They often buy quality items, but only when they need them and when they offer good value for money. They avoid the trap of buying things just for the sake of appearances or to keep up with the Joneses. Interestingly, this frugality is not about being stingy or denying themselves pleasures. Rather, it's about making smart, deliberate decisions on how to use their resources. It's about focusing on what truly matters and not wasting money on fleeting and superficial status symbols. Frugality, not extravagance, is a key to wealth accumulation. Finally, at the top of our list, at number 1, we have the value of time. Time, the invisible, intangible, yet invaluable asset that we all possess in equal measure. Yet, how we choose to spend it can dramatically impact our lives. For the truly wealthy, time is the most cherished treasure. They understand that every moment spent is a moment that can never be regained. This is why they don't waste their precious hours on maintaining an appearance of wealth. Instead, their focus is on activities that bring joy, fulfillment, and of course, more wealth. They invest their time in education, in creating, in building relationships, and in experiences that enrich their lives. They're not slaves to the clock, they're masters of their time. They don't spend time, they invest it wisely. This understanding of the value of time is what sets them apart. For the rich, time is the ultimate luxury. What happens when people with limited financial resources try to live like spendthrifts? Remember, a spendthrift is someone who spends money extravagantly and often irresponsibly. This kind of behavior can be problematic for anyone, but it's particularly risky for those with limited financial means. One of the immediate consequences of spendthrift behavior for those with limited income or poor is financial instability. When you spend more than you earn, you quickly run into trouble with unpaid bills and mounting debt. This can create a cycle of financial stress that's hard to escape. Many people turn to credit cards and loans to look rich. This can lead to accumulating high-interest debt, making it even more difficult to manage finances. Over time, the interest payments alone can become overwhelming. The stress of financial instability can take a toll on mental health. Constant worry about money, debt, and how to pay the next bill can lead to anxiety, depression, and a decreased quality of life. It's a heavy burden to carry. Financial issues often spill over into personal relationships. The strain of debt and financial mismanagement can lead to arguments and stress within families and friendships. It's common for financial troubles to cause significant tension and even breakups. But it's not all doom and gloom. The first step to breaking the cycle is recognizing the problem. By creating a budget, prioritizing essential expenses, and setting financial goals, it's possible to turn things around. Seeking advice from financial planners or counselors can also be incredibly beneficial. If you want to be free, live like a frugal rich people. Do what they do. They do not feel the need to prove anything, understand the essence of wealth, think long-term, are frugal, and most importantly, they value their time. But remember, it's never too late to make positive changes. Financial health is a journey, and every step towards better management makes a difference. You don't need to look rich to be recognized as rich. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.